Futaba Sakura here, or rather Sasha Duran here, representing Pop Culture Bento. Today we are at Otakon 2018, one of the East Coast's biggest anime conventions, certainly the biggest in the DC region. And today we will be exploring all that Otakon offers in terms of Japanese pop culture, anime to manga and music, and everything else in between. We hope you will come along and join us on this journey through Otakon 2018.
All right, Jack Russell and Brad McGinnis here for Pop Culture Bento, and we're here interviewing...
Oh, I'm Emmy. My handle online is Shaberties.
Yeah, so this is Artist Alley, and this is our first time at Otakon, but this is quite
biggest
impressive.
Artist Alley we've seen ever.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the breathing room is nice.
Oh, yeah.
How often do you come to Otakon?
I actually come every year. But usually I'm cosplaying because sometimes, getting into Otakons, it's based on lottery. So if I don't get in, then I'm just here cosplaying with friends, having a good time.
Yeah, good, yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of the cosplays that you've had in the past that you like to do?
We usually do Fire Emblem. We do a lot of video game stuff. Actually, we have our information up here. We sell a lot of do-it-yourself cosplay stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So actually earlier I was cosplaying Kairi from Kingdom Hearts 3.
Fantastic.
Yeah, hype train.
Fingers crossed.
It'll never die.
Doesn't get delayed.
No, exactly. But yeah, we usually do video game stuff. Sometimes anime, sometimes comics. Anything we think is cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your background in terms of art. I mean, did you go to art school? Are you a hobbyist that turned into this?
Yeah, because this is all really high quality,
really fantastic stuff.
Thank you so much. I'm actually a character designer in animation.
Okay.
So I went to school at Sheridan. I'm Canadian, so I work in the industry.
Wow.
So I interned at Nickelodeon in California, and I currently work at Nelvana, which is a Canadian animation studio. Yeah, we usually go to American cons. I find that it's more diverse, it's more fun. Whereas in Canada, mostly we have Anime North and Fan Expo, which is in August. That one's mostly comics and live action stuff. Right. I find here we have a strictly anime convention, which is more art style.
Oh yeah, I mean you're going from one animation style to another. It's easier to make that transition.
Exactly, yeah.
So let's talk about some of your fandoms. What inspires you? What are your favorites that you consume to output your art?
Oh man.
Because I see My Hero out there.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem's a huge one. That's probably one that most of my people that follow me on social media, they really know my Fire Emblem stuff. But I've been a diehard Persona fan forever, and then yeah. So finally, I'm mostly into Persona 5 right now. But I love manga. So Golden Kamuy, Dungeon Meshi, anything that's a little bit obscure, but I hope gets really big. So
is that Madoka Magica?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I've gotten a wee bit into it myself.
Oh,
it's much darker than I ever realized.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of in the vein of Magical Girls, Sailor Moon. I like Sailor Moon a lot. So yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, so moving forward, do you have any cons coming up that you want to promote, or what?
Actually, I was actually gonna just retire conventions, just because it's really hard. You can see, there's so many people.
Oh yeah, I mean this is
It's very hard to get into a convention, so I usually rely on luck. So I happened to get into Otakon this year. That's why I'm here.
Well,
so we
got
you
in.
Oh, thank you so much.
This is your swan song, huh?
Probably my favorite convention to table at. Everyone's so friendly. They like to buy things. They like to talk. So I really enjoy it. So maybe next year. I hope so. Anyway. Yeah.
All right, so I think that's all the time we have. Where can people find you on the internet? One more time.
You can find me mostly on Instagram, on Twitter. Sorry, someone's playing Persona music.
You get jazzed immediately. Wake up, get up.
Yeah, exactly. You can find me at Shaberties, Shaburdis, on any social media. If that name's there, it's me.
There you go.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, back to you, Jack. Anyways, we're at Artist Alley at Otakon 2018, and we're walking around Artist Alley, and this particular booth, Conspicuous Designs, popped out at us because it's you see a lot of
in a really good way.
Yeah, in the best way possible. You see a lot of art and stuff like that, but you don't see a lot of sculptures and clay figures and everything. So
not with these designs. I mean, they really, specifically the figure that looks like it has a forest on its back. That one really appeals to me.
Thank you.
So anyways, we're here with Erica. Sorry for burying the lead there. But yeah, so you're the artist and designer and everything.
Yep, all my fault.
Yeah.
All of it.
Could you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into art as a whole and this business in particular?
Well, I've been attending actually Otakon for several years since middle school, so way back in the day. And Artist Alley always appealed to me because of the breadth of creativity and how much. Just looking at everyone's art styles was always really fun for me, so I think it was a natural step to go from being an attendee who enjoyed all of this to someone who was contributing.
Yeah, it helps make the whole experience for a lot of people. And it's got plenty of breathing room compared to some other conventions that are a little more...
Oh my gosh, so much space. I love it.
So are you part of the whole con circuit? Do you go to other cons? What other ones have you been to?
I've been to, let's see, Super Smash Con, which is actually, I'm missing right now, but I'm sorry.
Dagger. You're stuck with us.
So many cons, so little time.
I know, it's that season. Creator Con, another small one, but I'm still kind of, Otakon has always been my primary con, so I'm so super happy to be here.
Right. From your perspective, what makes Otakon unique or different? What do you like about it, or not like about it? What are your thoughts on Otakon?
I just love the energy. Just there's so many people here. There's so much great cosplay. There's always something happening. It just feels like it's just like a really nice crowd, which is great.
Great.
And where'd you get the inspiration for some of these designs? I mean, I really like the figure I pointed out earlier. It's just all
See
from
some
up
Zelda
top.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I guess a little bit of Zelda here too.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. A lot of video game influence. Love video games. I also really love nature and animals. I keep a lot of pet fish, hence the logo. So
that's
drawing inspiration from them and like fantasy, all of this weird stuff that just kind of flows into my life via the internet or what I read, and then just sort of running it through the Erica filter, I guess.
Being able to create that into something physical, tangible, especially with this. Are they mostly made out of clay, or what's the figurines?
Yeah, the figurines are all made out of polymer clay with different kinds of varnish. So.
That's
Well,
really
I mean, they're all beautiful, so I could stare at them all day.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it.
So yeah, I think that's all the time we have. Where can people find you online? Like, where can you find Conspicuous Design and you?
So, best place to find me is Instagram, conspicuous_designs, because I missed the
dang
right
it.
It's all
username.
right. My Twitter has a 2 in there because some other Bradley
There-
got in.
Darn those Bradleys.
Darn those Bradleys.
But yeah, best place, conspicuous_designs.
There you go. And thank you. Back to you. Hi, Jack Russell here with Pop Culture Bento and Artist Alley, and I'm here with Margaret. And hello. Welcome.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
So we're walking around Artist Alley, and we noticed there's a lot of cool stuff here. But your booth in particular drew our eye. So we wanted to ask you, what do you have going on here right now?
What I have going on here, well, I have some prime fish butt over here with the Shape of Water print. A good variety of everything from zines to comics and narrative, a little bit of patchwork, a little bit of necklaces, a little smattering of everything.
And we know, artists come from all walks of life. You can go to art school, or you can just be like a hobbyist and become, So what was your background and inspiration to kind of start this path?
Yeah, so actually I was an anthropology student when I first started college, and actually left the major to work in museum work. And I happened to work in a pop culture museum, which showed me just how cool of an industry comics is in terms of the influence it can have on people, in terms of you can be heroes too, you can find solace and comfort in characters going through some shit. And I was like, yeah, I want to be a part of that. I want to, be a part of making that happen.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And then a couple years later, and a little bit of art school later, here we are.
There you go, absolutely. So talk to me about Otakon in particular. I'm assuming you do other cons.
Yes, I sure do.
Yeah. So what else have you been to, and what do you like about Otakon in particular? How's it different?
So other cons I've been to are a bunch of local cons to the Baltimore area. I recently did Y Comic Con, for example, and Katsucon, and a smattering of small press sorts of exhibits. And I think Otakon is fun for it's still finding itself in its new location. It's lost a little bit of the Baltimore community, but I think it's starting to find its own culture in the Washington community, and kind of the fun, the glitz, and seeing 10 billion people from the DC area, being able to take advantage of the local food and all that good stuff, and I think the glam, I guess, of this larger convention center has also been really fun to know. I think in 5 years we'll know a little bit more about what's super special and unique about this new flavor of Otakon. But I think for now, it's the growth potential.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what are some of your fandoms, I guess, that you consume, that you like, that influences or informs your art? You know?
Yeah, I think one of the most influential. Unfortunately, I don't have any work of fan artwork of it at this con. Would be the Ace Attorney series. A plus, both visually and narratively and thematically. It's just super much up my alley. I've recently been rediscovering how much I love Yu Yu Hakusho and lots of classic shonen series, and recently I've been definitely My Hero Academia. Yep. He is best boy, by the way.
Fully agree. That's amazing.
Yes, thank you. Good taste.
Yeah, so I think that's about it for our time. So where can people find you online?
You can find me at Magga Draws, MAGGA DRAWS on Twitter, and the Magga Meister on Instagram.
All right, thanks for your time, Margaret.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.